Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ, and it's Monday, so it means another Deal It Up challenge. I hope you've been having fun playing along with these. If you haven't played along, why not jump in? Just a bit of fun, doesn't take too long, and build up some of your stash or make something for your journaling today. I've already pre-shuffled these while I was watching TV with my husband this morning. I just sat there and shuffled them really well, so I'm just going to do a quick pull. Eeny, meeny, miny, you. Buttons. Okay, and this one I'm just going to give them a quick, like, almost a shuffle but not. And let's go you. Bold and bright. Ooh, I like the combination of those two. So what are they going to make or be on that we make? Okay. And lucky number one, I think. Oh, a journal page. We haven't actually done this in this challenge so far, so that's pretty cool. So bold and bright. Okay, so I've got myself thinking, and I'm not going to put you on pause because I think everything that I need is close at hand. So I'm just going to grab out with you still on. And in saying that, I've moved where I keep my pages. Where have I put them? There. Ah, right. They weren't too far away. We had a big change around in our lounge, which is where I record, where I craft, and it was like, oh, where did I put those? They're not where I hid them. Right, so I've just got a coffee dyed page here. It's folded in half. So that's going to be my page. And grab out my buttons. Now you could totally make buttons, like faux buttons out of paper, but I'm thinking maybe I will just go with actual buttons. So I've got multicoloured ones, I've got sort of green, blue and red in there. I'm not sure what I want yet. That looks like all I've got in here. I've got other buttons in other places, but those will be fine. So that's my button choice. And for bold and bright, I think I'm just going to go with papers. So, let me grab my bag of scraps out and see, straight away can see a bit of bright pink in here. So that's definitely bold and bright. Let's see what else I can have to go with it. There's a bit of blue in here. I'm just digging in my bag. Oh, there's a bit of yellow. It's a bit of book page. It's a shiny, but that's okay. Bit of blue down here. These are just copy paper weight, and then this yellow bit's book page. There's probably enough, but I'm just going to see. Oh, we've got some lime green. That's a paper bag. So let's pull that out as well and see. So isn't that pretty? Isn't that just a gorgeous colour? Right, now what do I want to do with all this? And do I want to just do one side of the page, or do I want to work across the pages? I am thinking circles. I just want to play with circles, so let's punch a few circles, and then yeah, I guess it's the button theme has kind of got my head going in circles. Funny. That was kind of unintentional, kind of not, that pun. Oh, I chose to do 2 layers to see that it would punch better, but it hasn't really worked. Oh dear. And there's a bit of something else in there too. Well, that was a fail. Total fail. Let's tempt fate again and try it the other way around. Or maybe we'll sandwich it. Let's try a sandwich. Not willing to give up easily. Because this paper bag is very thin. And I think, yeah, that totally worked like a dream. So there we go. There's a tip. Do a sandwich. If you've got a thin paper, put a bit of copy paper in front, bit of copy paper behind, or some other sort of weight paper. And she punches beautifully. I don't know how many I need. I'm running out of blue on that side. Let's shift it around a bit. And I'll make this the last one, and then I can do more if I need. So I haven't used the yellow at all, but I don't want to complicate things with too many colours. There must be a double layer to this green because I'm getting these little bits of white come off. I think we'll just throw away our failed circle. Right, so what do I want to do with my circles? I am thinking like the spread like this maybe, or just like trimming the pages. I think I've already cut this down the side. This paper was actually too tall, but I think I've already cut it down. Do we want to just do something like this? It's kind of fun, isn't it? Let's do a little page border. I think I'm just going to go for it. Like, why not? Let's just get into it, start gluing down and commit. Now, right, I am just going to glue on the page because I don't want the glue hanging off the edge. So, just put a bit of glue there. And I'm just going to hang off the bottom just a little bit. Oh, a word out of something. And just a little bit of glue on the top of the circle, just so where they overlap that they can stick together. And I'm just eyeballing it, so I don't know whether they're going to line up perfectly. I think it will look cool anyway. So, how is everybody today? I hope you set aside time to craft a bit. Maybe craft along with me would be fun. Let me know if you do. These challenges are really good just for a quick, short jump in, do something fun, something creative, and then you can pop on with your day, whatever it holds. Right, I'm spacing these out quite widely. So I think I'll do both sides of the page, so I'll do the opposite page as well. Just something a bit fun and very, very colourful. Right, so I'm up to blue, aren't I? Yes, blue. So my hubby at the moment is busy pulling everything out of our home office to do a bit of tidy up, so I'm inwardly freaking out. It's like, oh, I know I've got things in there that need to be careful with, and I know he's careful. I know he will take care. But, you know, I've got all my old books that I preserve for scanning, and because they're beautiful books that I don't want to rip apart, and, you know, other bits and crafting bits and pieces stacked up, and but it's a real mess. Like, I literally can get into my chair in the office and work at my computer, and that's it. Like, there's no room anywhere else in there. He can't get to his desk in there because he's got a desk and a computer in there as well. He can't get to it because it's just such a mess. It became a dumping ground. Right, so that's that side, and I think I would like to do the same on this, but I'm obviously going to need more circles. So I need two of each. So I need another pink and another green. And because a sandwich obviously works better on this paper, I am going to do another blue just to form that sandwich, even though I don't need another blue. Right. get it in the pinch. Oops. And then I didn't, that one's salvageable, and the blue was chopped off, but I don't need the full blue, so that's okay. I think this failed because it was on the part of the blue that wasn't actually there. So I wasn't careful about lining up my papers to put them in the punch. Right, yes, okay. And I'll do them in the same order because that just kind of makes sense to me. Why not? It's all about balance, isn't it? So again, just putting down a line of glue. Just trying to eyeball that it's roughly the same. And this will make a cool effect on the edge of the page too. When it's closed, when the journal's closed, it will be like a lace trim or something hanging over the edge. So what I might do is put something on the other side so that you know, they don't get all bent up, and do a bit of reinforcing with something. I'm not sure yet what. So we'll do that as well as part of the video. This glue doesn't seem to be sticking all that well. I think I've put them closer together, so I might end up needing another circle. And that's fine, like they will be on opposite sides of the signature, so they won't be seen together. So if they are different, it doesn't matter. Does not matter. Right, and pink. I do believe I'm going to need another circle. Or maybe not. Maybe we can squeeze it in. Oops, getting glue on my mat. Yuck. Alright, just a little corner showing at the top. I'm not going to worry about that. That's fine. It can be showing. Right, so far so good. I think that's definitely bold and bright. Do you think that hits the mark of being bold and bright? I definitely think it does. So let's have a look what it looks like on the other side. So yes, I've definitely done them out to a different amount, which is all good. I am thinking though, got some bits of like off magazines and things, most of which have been sent. It's sort of more card weight, it's thicker, and I wonder if there's something in here that's bold and bright. Got some metallic green, but it's not exactly what I'm after. Maybe this green. This is not cardstock, but it's thick paper. Have a look. Maybe what we could do is pop a strip down here just to reinforce that edge a little bit. And if I had my decorative scissors, that would be ideal, but I don't. I don't even have any edge punches out with me, and I don't want to go out into the hallway because I know it's going to be full of stuff out of the office. That's the only place to put it while my husband's pulling it all out of the office. What am I going to do? I think I will leave that idea, like I will do that, but I will do that off camera because I just haven't got the supplies I need to do it right now. And I'll do the same on the other side. So I'll do a strip down there as well, and then have some sort of decorative edge so it doesn't look silly. Doesn't look like just it's there just to reinforce that. It will still be decorative, and it will still be bold and bright. So hopefully you can imagine that part. I'm sorry that I can't do that now on camera. Do we want to as well put a strip down through the middle here? I'm kind of thinking maybe we do. Let's have a look at that. I'll cut a couple of strips. There is green here. It's a different green, but you know, it's not a different colour, it's just a different shade of the colour. So, oops, just trying to line up so I get it straight. Yes, I can hear. Oh no, it's not working. I'm gonna have to turn my mat around. Can't see my lines. Let's try this again. And what was I saying? I can't remember. Obviously not important. There is probably a noise in the background that you can hear. The fly spray unit, which you're probably used to hearing, but we've also got the fan on this morning because it is, last time I checked like half an hour ago, it's 28 degrees and it was only like 10:30 in the morning. It's a really warm day. It was super hot yesterday. It was, oh my gosh, it was diabolical yesterday. Today's a fraction cooler, but definitely fans on, so I do apologise if that noise in the background of the steady sort of hum noise is bothering you, but really it's a lifesaver. Right, okay, so I've just cut a couple of strips off that because I think just a strip on its own without any sort of decorative edging, I mean it would be okay, wouldn't it? It would be okay, but I think as a chance to do a decorative edge, so I think I want to do that. But do we want to do, oops, do we want to put something like that down? Do I like it plain or do I like it with the, I wish you could tell me what you think, this way or this way. I like it both ways, but I think I like it, yeah, I think I like it without. Oh well, it's worth a go. Buttons, we've still got to put buttons on. What colour buttons? Let's have a look at this bag. This is the multicolour bag. Now I don't want something too bulky because it is going to be in the journal. So maybe one of these flatter buttons, or some of these flatter buttons. Something like, oh excuse me, something like that. It's kind of fun. Isn't it? What do you reckon? Or these ones are a bit duller in colour. I mean, none of these are particularly bright really. Maybe the yellow's brighter or some of the pinks, but I don't think red, this type of red, necessarily look that. That's okay. But have I got enough? It's sort of more like those reds. Maybe that red. Yeah, let's go with those. That's a cool button. It's a very thick one though, and the top of it's black. So, actually these don't need to go in separate bags. They can go in the same bag. Let's just chuck them all in here. I don't mind mixing the red and the pink. I think that's perfectly acceptable in my world. Right, now how do I want to attach them? Glue is the obvious answer. But I think I'd like to have some fibres sticking out of them, just for fun. So have we got a colour that would look nice, that wouldn't introduce a new colour? Could go white, but in white it might have to be. There's a pale blue. Or we could go red, reddy pink to kind of go with the buttons, but that might tone a bit. Actually, I like that. It will tone in, but that's good because it's not introducing a new colour. It's very similar to the buttons, so, but different enough. So let's put some thread in here, just to add a little bit of extra element. So grab a needle. Hopefully this is small enough to go through the holes. Trim off the ends that are a bit frayed. It'll be a nightmare to try and get through a needle. Oh, just poked myself with the needle. Why do they make them so sharp? Actually, I don't want that doubled over, do I, with a loop? So I want my ends showing. Right, so I'm just going to go through once and tie into a knot. Bit fiddly. There we go. And trim off so they're not ridiculously long. I just have some cute little ends like that. I do like the idea of a wee cluster. And this isn't just an embroidery thread. So this time I'm going to take 2 strands instead of 1 strand doubled over. So I'm just splitting it off. So I use my arm to hold down the bit, one half of what I'm splitting off, and then hold the other and just gently work it through so it doesn't tangle. It's the way I learnt to do it when I was doing a lot of cross stitch, so that I don't end up with a great big tangled mess. Right, which is the top side of the button? That's the top side, so I need to... I actually had the button upside down on the paper. Oops, don't lose the button. Just leaving myself enough room to tie a knot, and then I'll trim it down. So yeah, if you don't want the lumpiness of the buttons, then absolutely just make some faux buttons with some paper and some circle punches or fussy cut buttons. You know, you might find a picture in a magazine, or some ephemera pieces, you know, a kit that might come with buttons to fussy cut out. Lots of different options, so don't think you have to actually use buttons. You may not have real buttons to use, or you might not want the lumpiness in your journal, but I'm going to embrace the lumpiness. Don't know what journal this will be for. It will just go in my stash of pages that are ready to go in a journal at some point. Oops. This one's got 4 holes, but I'm just putting the thread through the 2. Because I can't be bothered doing all 4, and I don't want to take up all your time by taking that extra little bit of time. Now that I've done that, I'm wondering whether I just do it in if I don't do it in all the buttons. Yep, I'm just going to do it in a couple there and one on the other side. So I've actually done all the threading I'm going to do. You're probably most relieved. You're not going to sit there watching me sew thread through buttons. Right, and I'm going to use my tacky glue to glue these on, and this is going to balloon massively. It's going to volcano because it's so warm. I'm going to grab a tissue at the ready so I don't end up with it everywhere, and try and work quickly so I don't lose too much glue by it wasting it, by it coming out. Yeah, and it's actually so far so good, not actually coming out. I was expecting it to do massive big pour out. Maybe the fan is helping keep that at bay. There we go, so cute. I don't use buttons enough actually, to be honest. I should use buttons more, but I love them so much and I love having them. And it was a great thing I used to do as a kid. Mum had the big button tin, and I've got that button tin now, and I used to tip it out on the floor and sort through them and play with them. So I just like having them, and because I've got all Mum's buttons in the actual button tin that she used to keep and use, it's got sentimental value. And so when I go think of buttons, I try and look for ones that don't have that value. Like the ones in the tin are precious, and these ones I'm using here, I love these red ones, but they were sent to me in Happy Mail, so I need to use them. I need to give them their day to shine by using them for what they were sent to me for. Okay, the glue's now starting to pop out the top, so, and I didn't need the tissue. Bonus. Trying to get in under the cotton there. That one's quite a thick button. Right, so we've got Bold and Bright, we've got buttons, and we've got our journal page, and I think that's super cute. And I will do a trim down this side, so when I post on Instagram it'll have that all completed so you can see it, what it turned out like. So that was quick. It doesn't need to be a huge thing, but you could certainly go more elaborate with this set of prompts if you want. You could do paints, inks, you know, whatever your heart desires, wherever your creativity takes you. Just use the prompts as your starting point and just see what you can come up with. So this one you might not read very well because it's quite a light blue, but it says buttons, Bold and Bright, and journal page. So there we go. That's how I've interpreted this week's prompt. Have a go, have fun, and I'd love to see what you make if you want to share. There's links in the description box of where you can do that. So thanks so much for watching. Take care everybody and have a great day. Bye.